Yeah. What would you say the mood in training has been this week?
Has been working hard, trying to improve, trying to get better, find some confidence in finishing, and just trying to get better at everything we do. We worked a lot on trying to shift over more on defense, trying to close holes so that the work rate was there. So that was good to see.
You know, after the last game, you talked about how you guys are going to have to get yourselves out of this situation that is just that you want to see it through hard work and training and that kind of stuff. And does it feel like there's been a response in that way, or do you feel like it's just always sort of been there and it's more of a continuation?
It's always been there, I think. We've always worked hard, and sometimes it still doesn't work, and then people get discouraged and maybe don't want to work hard anymore. But I've never seen that, and that's good, because that's why I said that. The basis always has to be that you show up to work and try to improve and get better. Whether that means you're doing well and you think you get comfortable, no, you got to keep working hard. Or whether things are not going well and you get angry and pissed off at things, you got to keep showing up and working hard. So that's been good. It's been a consistent throughout my tenure here, and I keep seeing that, so that's good.
You guys, was it communicated to y'all at the beginning of the season that you were going to have, this roster was going to be able to, come together and play it out and see what you guys could do, especially after the CCL win? Was that communicated to you guys, that you guys were able or going to be allowed to come together and see what you could do this season as a group? Like, there wouldn't be too many roster changes.
No, I mean, that's you're gonna have to ask that guy over there on that. That's a GM question. Mm-hmm. We're professional athletes. They get paid to get results. Coaches that get paid to get results, and when we don't, then our jobs are on the line. Mm-hmm. I've never in my professional career heard someone say, "You guys are good. Don't worry about it." Mm-hmm. That would be ridiculous, honestly. I think everybody should be on the hot seat, including myself, including everybody. I mean, we can't be happy with where we're at. We have too much quality. We've shown what we can do with our quality, and we're not getting results. And this is a results-based business, and so nobody should be happy about it. Nobody should be content with where we're at.
Yeah, and I guess that's kind of more so what I mean too. Like, that was something that was said early, or at least communicated to us early, and so
from the GM.
High up. But has there been any surprise that some of the this point that there haven't been any kind of roster changes to help you guys change the path that you've kind of been on lately?
Again, but that's just not that's none of my concerns really, right? Because we're here to try to get better with what we have and try to achieve our mission with what we have. That is outside of any of the players' perimeters to say we need this or need that. Our job is to show up and get better, and we're part of the team for whatever reason. Mine is keep the ball out of the back of the net and try to make sure everybody's pulling in the same direction. Maybe a little bit of leadership on top of that. There's a guy who's asked to work his butt off down the wing until he collapses. There's a guy who's asked to score goals up top. Those are the reasons why we're here. And then if you can't do that, then there's high potential that they'll look for someone else who can. That's just the nature of it.
On the field, just in terms of, taking all that, the effort and the togetherness, then the messaging in terms of not, try hard, but stay within our plan. In other words, not having people or anyone go off script in terms of trying too hard, because that can be detrimental as well, right, to what you're trying to do as an 11.
Yeah, go too hard. Sometimes a little feistiness in training, a little bit of emotions boiling over can be a good thing. It means people care. Indifference is always the worst. People don't care, so you definitely don't want that. It's got to be within a reason. You don't want people to hurt their teammates. That's for sure. But in terms of staying in your boundaries or in that lane, that's why we have coaches too, to kind of tell us this is how we want to play. This is the intensity we want to do it, when we want to do it, and we try to follow those.
Last couple for Steph, guys.
When a team is not getting the results they want, and so those frustrations, you as a leader on the field, how important is communication from all the three blocks to kind of communicate?
It's important. I think it's very important here on the training field, because again, when you're going into stadiums where they're full, there's noise. My communication is not heard, especially beyond the first layer. It's impossible. And so if you can instill certain ways of, making sure players know what's expected of them in certain situations, if you can train that and reinforce that on the training ground, then hopefully people are more likely to do it on their own, if you will, right? I still try to communicate. I still try to hope that the secondary line can then communicate that even further up. But I think the bulk of it should be done here. You can always try to get better. You always, if everybody can put themselves in the best position, that's the best, right? If you see someone who's a little bit out of position, then we try to help. But this is where we try to help each other while we can hear each other, to try to put every single person in the best position that we can, defensively and offensively. And then on the weekend it's adjusting and trying to help each other out.
A couple of changes to Minnesota since the team hosted them back earlier this year. What stands out in your preparation this week about the Loons?
Yeah, I mean, old familiar player coming back with Reynoso, obviously good service. Crafty player, I think picks his spots quite wisely. Sometimes has a free roll like Almada. Got to be careful with him. I think some players that cheat as well. So we got to make sure we're ready for it. I think Pookie has been a good addition for them. Someone who can really take advantage of the good service that someone like Reynoso can provide. They're good on set pieces. They have some height, Boxall, and a bunch of other ones. Some physical players. So, I think their home record hasn't been that good, but I think they're a good side. They're a good side. It's going to be a tough game.
Is there
Last one, yes.
a general sense that this week potentially is like a make or break week where you can see yourselves? I mean, obviously there's a middle ground that you could end up falling into, but there's a potential for this to be a big week or a real deflating week, I suppose. Is there that sense?
Absolutely. I mean, I can only speak for myself there, but absolutely, it's we've had a string of bad results for a while now, and we've kind of hovered around fourth for some weird reason for almost too long. And that's again why I said what I said after the game, is that the only people that can really get us out of this and get us where we want to be is ourselves, because we can't have these kind of results happening for too long before you know it, we'll be out of the playoffs. So, and it's not going to get any easier. So three big games, two away from home in tough places, and then obviously a huge match at home. It's 9 points in a matter of a week. You can change a lot of things.